Yo, yo, welcome to the show.
Yo YouTube, what is good? It is Thursday, June 18th. It's 8:32 p.m. Eastern. We're making a video on the Roth IRA. I wanted to make this before the holiday because the markets are going to be closed tomorrow and I just like having this like live graph. I don't know. I'm so nitpicky sometimes. But in the Roth IRA, just like the individual when we do the brokerage portfolio update, I'll link that up top if you want to check that out. Thank you for all the love on that video, by the way. Jesus, so much love. Just like in that, though, just gonna talk about the performance of the portfolio throughout these timestamps, buying power, options, and stocks. No crypto in the Roth IRA because we're serious here. Uh, in the Roth IRA, though, let's just get into. Oh, if you're new here, we make videos on dividends. Obviously, do individual brokerage account updates as well. I'll have a little bit more money in that, a little bit more interesting of options and stocks and ETFs and things like that. Just like subscribe if you're not really effing with it, just unsubscribe. But for the Roth IRA, let's get into that video. Up on the day, 0.17%, about $22. Oh, and we're up a little bit after hours to 0.04%. Past week up 1.75%. Past month we're up 1.94%. 3 months we're up to 5.73%. Year to date up 8.84%. Definitely lagging the SPY. I think the SPY is like 16%. Crazy, right? 1 year we're up 13.14%, and that covers the span of the portfolio. We've contributed 11. Am I dyslexic? We've contributed $11,300 so far. And with the gains we have, we're up 13.14%. Buying power, $306.55. And it's cool to know that actually $202 of this is not like just actually, let me be more specific. $202.20 because Robinhood. Oh no, actually, it's just $202. What am I saying? $202 of this $306.55, meaning that $104.55 is pure options premium from selling Ford calls. I just wanted to say that. That's not too bad, right? $104. That's almost about almost a 10% return, assuming a $1,200 cost basis, and their cost basis is a little bit less than that. It's more like 1180 something. So yeah, like 9-10% almost. In a couple months, that's not too bad of a return. I'll take that. And Ford, I guess we'll get into the stocks and ETFs in a minute. But I just wanted to say that obviously the extra 202 is or contributed funds. And that's just going to buy our usual um, ETFs that we're currently aiming for. So talking about the options, we have the one here, just the Ford $12 call, and that's currently worth $12. Right now we are, I sold it 2 weeks out because the premium wasn't really anything crazy for 1 week, and I just felt like Ford might recover. I don't really care. There's no logic behind it. I just sold that shit. Jeez, what am I trying to do or say? Oh, we got Ford trading at 11.78 right now. So if Ford does go above $12 by my expiration date, which is June 28th, 628, I will have to sell my Ford 100 shares of Ford at $12, regardless of if it's trading at 1201 or $100. Like I will have to sell it at the $12 strike. Um, right now it's trading below, and if it stays below that, it can go above or below. But if it expires below that, below the $12, I just keep the premium. This thing pretty much goes to zero, and I get all that money. And yep, that's it. You can see the history of this option as well. It used to be worth. Imagine buying it here. It's $64 if you bought it on June. If you sold it, technically, it's selling it on June 10th because Ford must have been trading really high on that day. Who knows? But yeah, that's my only option. I am thinking about. Well, I'll mention that later. But jumping into the stocks, you got Spy, VTI, and let me, I guess, talk about them while I'm here. Spy, it's just crazy to see that we're up almost 20% in, SPY returns. Like, almost $350 and almost four shares. Everything's almost. That's what we have. We have VTI as well, and it's nice to see that VTI isn't lagging too crazy. I feel like usually VTI is a slow burner. But SPY's at almost 20%. VTI is like 15.3.4%. And I know that I buy SPY a lot more frequently, or I used to, than I bought VTI, so I'm sure that skews the results some. But hey, I'll take a 15% return any day. I mean, I haven't even been investing for a year in the Roth, so that's real nice. QQQ, this is the real beast, like up almost 24%. $323, $24 in QQQ. Ford break even. I mean, Ford was trading at almost 13 plus at one point. Now it's back to the 12s where it belongs. I'm just kidding. But we're down 0.86 of a percent, about $10. 101.24 shares of Ford because of the drip. I don't think I will be buying any more shares of Ford in the Roth. Um, unless Drip buys it. With the premium, I don't. Right now, I'm just collecting the premium. Nothing has really struck, like, caught my attention. With my Roth IRA premium, made from Ford, but I'll see what I do with it. We got SCHD and SPYD. These are both like dividend machines with good growth potential as well, of course. SPYD and SCHD. I really love them for the dividends. They both have like a 3 high yield, or Spidey might have a 4 low yield. But we're up in both positions. Spidey is a younger, newer position. It is up 8.31%. SCHD down. This is a little bit lower. It's not down. It's only up 5.26%. SPMO. This is a newer position as well. This is the SPY, like a momentum ETF. So it has all those, like, all those tech stocks, of course. We're up 11% in that, $102. SPLG, which is like SPY's little brother, I guess you can say. Like, imagine SPY, which is like $550 almost, has like a little brother called SPLG. He's just started elementary school. He's, like, what does an elementary school kid do? I don't know. But his name is SPLG, and he's cheaper. He does the same thing that his brother does, that his older brother does. He just does it for cheaper, and um it costs less. Like, in investing context, like, it's a cheaper expense ratio, and it's like a cheaper price. Like, I think it trades at around, let's look. SPLG trades at $64.57. So way cheaper than the SPY. That's, like, what's the quick maths on that? A little bit over 10%, maybe about 12% of SPY is what that trades at. Does the same thing, identical returns. So why not? Lower expense ratio too. And same thing for QQQM. QQQM is like the younger sister, I guess, of QQQ, and cheaper expense ratio and a lower stock price. I don't think it's like as relative, like ratio wise, as cheap. SPLG to SPY, QQQ to QQQM to QQQ, not as cheap, but it's still like a third or so of the price. I'm invested in that. So I am thinking about selling all the SPY and the QQQ and just putting it into these. these investments right here, just to help making my way to 100 shares. Of course, I can start doing the same thing that I am doing with Ford right now, even though I do see these as longer term holds. Like, I don't care if I sell out of Ford, and technically SPLG and QQQM, I shouldn't care if I sell out to them because I can always buy back into them. Of course, everything is tax free in the Roth. I'll see how I feel because everything I do, I swear it's in the moment. So I'll see how I feel in the moment. Finally, we have Vici. Well, SPLG, we're up 5.76%, and QQQM, way ahead of SPLG again. I think I started buying these at the same time. I'm almost sure. 9.33% so far in QQQM. Vici, our last ETF, is up 2.15%. It was down 2.15%. Vici and Ford are the only reds in the portfolio right now. Nothing crazy with Vici. I mean, this sometimes it's been it's been like flat, then like negative, then slightly positive. Like, it's been just the interest rate situation. So let's just continue buying into Vici. Here I should have mentioned this earlier, but so far 4,800 deep in the Roth. That means we have 22 to go. Um, if I continue with the investments or the deposits at least at the rate that I do, should be maxed out in about 7 or 8 weeks, which is like 2 months or so. So yeah, 300 a week. I'm pretty diligent about that. So see how it goes. And I just wanted to come over to this view real quick just to look at the pie chart. The largest position is still SPY. I remember SPY and SCHD, which is the second right now, used to be like so close, probably like $10 or $12 separating them. But SPY obviously has been doing what it's doing. It's still not crazy behind SCHD, but definitely more of a gap. QQQ is next, and then we have SPY D. Cool to see that. Ford is our fifth largest position. I mean, we need to get everything else above it. QQQM and Ford. I'm sure within the next 2 or 3 weeks, QQQM will be in number 5 and Ford at number 6. Looking forward to that. SPMO also not far behind. SPLG, Vici, and VTI. Why is VTI so low? But these three are gonna take some time to come up and be above Ford, unless Ford just tanks or continues to tank. But so far, I'm liking the spread in the portfolio. Like I was saying, I am thinking about just getting out of SPY and going into SPLG because why not? And same thing with QQQ into QQQM right here. That will definitely get me closer to 100 shares, and of course that unlocks like so many more opportunities for portfolio returns. So looking at the dividends, we can see where we're up. We so far for the year we've gotten about $76 in dividends. For June, the only one that has given us dividends is we've only got one payment so far in June, and that's from Ford, $15 flat, 100 shares, 15 cents a share. That's the $15 right here, and yeah, I have these numbers here. Like $6.33 is like divided by 12. So assuming I get no more dividends for the year, I would have made $6.33 per month, and per day would have been 21 cents. Assuming 365 days with just $75, meaning like I get no more dividends for the year, I have 21 cents a day, and obviously a lot of hope. So that's how the Roth is looking. Really cool to see. I mean, Ford has given us $34 in dividends so far for the year. The next highest is SCH. Even SCHD is not. I mean, I guess SCHD is gonna pay soon. But yeah, it's quite far behind SCHD. Then we have SPY. Anyways, just looking at the graph real quick. This is how the graph looks. The green is 2023, so we started around August, got our first set of payments in September. October was not good at all. I mean, of course, we're grateful. Nothing in November, and then December, really nice. I remember at the time I'm like $25 in dividends. Whoa! And then January, we stepped down a bit. Nothing in February. March, ooh, this made December look like nothing really. And then after that, April, not too bad, around $8. And so far, it's just been June. It's just been forward for June, and that's like we just said, $15. We'll see what SCHD does to this graph, and does the portfolio overall, and how many shares it buys back. That'll be cool. Definitely not at one share yet. We're not making that much. And then cumulatively, this is just what it looks like. Again, the green is 23, blue is 24. Started in January, nothing in February. And then started in January, nothing in February. Then we jumped up in March, very nice payment, and then you can see how it goes there. This, of course, shows that we've like doubled, at least doubled, yeah, more than doubled our 2023 contributions. So that's pretty. It's not even the end of June yet, and we're already there. So more than likely we'll be 4xing or 5xing that. Nice to see that, and this is all being reinvested into good solid ETFs. So yeah, I think that really concludes the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Drop something cool in the comments, and I'll reply to it. See you next time. Peace.